Hey guys, Ben here from Corner Flag Games and welcome to episode 8 of the Portsmouth Road to Glory career mode. We've got 2 games in today's episode. The first one is against Notts County at home in the league, and the second one is against Northampton Town at home in the Checkatrade Trophy. Okay guys, let's get into it. Okay guys, so for today's game it will be Portsmouth at home at Fratton Park against Notts County in the EFL League 2. Notts County sitting in second place at the moment, so closest contenders to us. We are still without a loss at the moment, with a positive goal difference of plus 11. So here are the lineups, guys. So we'll start with Portsmouth, starting with Miles Flar in goal, a back four of Thomwald, Burgess, Grant and Stevens. Centre defensive midfielders are Doyle and Balanta. Right midfielder is Baker, left midfielder is Bennett, and the centre attacking midfielder of Benedetti, and Chaplin up front by himself. And as we move across into the Notts County lineup, starting with Colin in goal, a back four of Hewitt, Hollis, Duffy and Milsom, a midfield four of Thompson, Smith, Nolan and Yates, Franzak up front with Forte up front. And Notts County are going to get us underway. Balanta goes into Chaplin. Chaplin sitting very deep. Goes to Benedetti. Benedetti's going to put that ball through to Balanta. Can Balanta get on the end of it? Yes, he can. He's going to double tap a cross in. And it takes a deflection on Smith on the way out. And it's going to be a corner to Portsmouth. Corner here for Portsmouth. Going to put it in early for Doyle. There's the on-running man there. And oh my God, what a goal! A fantastic goal there. Came from absolute nowhere. We shocked Notts County. As Doyle's laced in the early corner. Burgess gets ahead on it, beating out Nolan, and the defender standing on the line couldn't get a touch on it either to keep it out. And the goal's going to go to Christian Burgess for his first goal in the EFL League too. 12 minutes in, it's Portsmouth 1, Notts County 0. Thompson to Franjak. Franjak goes wide into Smith. Smith with the cross, it's deep, it's unmarked. Nolan, but Swillar gets down to it and tips it down the side. I did say our defence was starting to look really dangerous. They're very shaky. They just don't know what they're doing, but lucky we've got a keeper like Spallar to see that shot. He did see it late. Notts County with a corner here in injury time of the first half. Puts it in low. Gets ahead on it. Drops out the arse. Falls into Yates. Yates is going to take it forward. Gives it to Hewitt. Hewitt passes it across to Thompson. Thompson goes wide in Milsom. Baker gets the block in, falls to Milsom. Baker crunches Milsom, but that's going to be it for the first half. And a very good attacking display early on by Portsmouth from a corner, but our defence is not looking the beans at the moment. Notts County looking very threatening, but it's going to finish the first half Portsmouth 1, Notts County 0. And at half-time you can see by the statistics here that everything is fairly balanced. 2 shots to us, 1 shot on target. Notts County having more shots in the same amount on target. Possession evenly split. A very, very balanced game so far. And Portsmouth are going to kick us off for the second half. Goes into Bennett. Bennett's going to flick that one long. 2 players there, but Bennett gets crunched in a tackle. And we're going to get a free kick here. And Elliot Hewitt from Notts County gets a yellow card. The first yellow card of the game. And it was a very cynical tackle there on Bennett. Chaplin standing over the free kick here. We're just going to knock this onto the penalty spot and see if we can crack a header on it. But no. There's a scramble. Falls to Burgess. Baker's got it. He's going to drop it back into Burgess. Burgess is going to run into the middle. He's going to have a crack from outside the box. But Colin picks up the ball with relative ease. Balanta. He's got plenty of room here. What's he going to do? He's going to throw it through to Chaplin. Here we go. Chaplin drives it low. Cross the keeper. And 70 minutes in, Portsmouth get the crucial second goal. The fans jumping in the stands. All the room in the world here. He could have taken that ball on himself, but he flicks it across to Chaplin. Chaplin drives it low and across the keeper. Keeper just, Colin couldn't get down to it quick enough. And that's surely has put the game squarely in Portsmouth hands. And man of the hour, Connor Chaplin, 3 goals in the league. Tell you what, starting to turn the tide a bit here, Chaplin. Notts County with a free kick here, 80 minutes in. Can they get a goal here? Yates puts it over the top. Miles Flower would have had that comfortably in his hands. It's a good header, but it's well over. Roll flicks it across to Grant. Grant's going to get it out to Stevens. I'm going to put a long through ball. Not happening. Balanta tries the long through ball. Doesn't go anywhere. And ladies and gentlemen, that is it. So we fought hard. The attack was strong. Our defence was weak. But we managed to come away with the win. Portsmouth undefeated. Still undefeated. Will that change in today's episode? So it's going to finish Portsmouth 2, Notts County 0. So at the end of today's game, you could see that the game was actually very balanced. Only the goals separating the two teams. Both teams had relatively the same amount of shots and the exact same amount of shots on target. Possession in the second half fell a lot more to Portsmouth, only by 4%, but in the end, we were just the stronger attacking force. As for the player ratings today, this is what we've got. A Doyle with the man of the match with a 9.5. No substitutes used in today's game. Connor Chaplin with a 9.2. And Kevin Balanta with a 9.1. Burgess in the back line with a 9.2. So a very good game there by the Portsmouth boys. But if anything has to be said about this game, I'm going to actually give my man of the match to Curtis Thompson of Notts County. He seemed to be the man in all the right places today, was looking very dangerous for them, and looked like he was going to put one in against us. So as we have a look at the league table as things currently sit, having played 10 games into the season now, Portsmouth are top of the table, 7 wins, 3 draws, and still the undefeated team. Scored 15, conceded 2 with a goal difference of plus 13 on 24 points. After Portsmouth beat Notts County end up slipping into 3rd position, that being their 3rd loss of the season against us. But things at the top of the table still very tight. We're 4 points clear on the league at the moment by Yeovil Town, who are sitting in 2nd, only by 4 points. And as we look at the bottom half of the table, at the bottom at the moment, it is Grimsby Town, who after 10 games are still yet to get a win on the board, with a goal difference of minus 10. Only on 3 points, so 3 draws for them. The other 2 in the relegation places are Blackpool on 23rd spot and Leyton Orient in 22nd. Shout out to the Australian Aussie keeper at Leyton Orient, Sizak, who I believe has just recently transferred to Sydney FC. But things at the bottom half of the table also looking very tight. So guys, for the second and final game of today's episode, we are at home to Northampton Town in the Checkatrade Trophy. Alrighty guys, let's get into it. So guys, for our second game today in the Checkatrade Trophy, it's Portsmouth versus Northampton Town at Fratton Park. Oh yes, Liverpool scored against Crystal Palace. Sorry guys, as I'm recording this at the moment, there is EPL games going on. That's why I started recording this late. I was watching the first half of the Liverpool and Crystal Palace game. Not good to see that Brighton have conceded another goal against Leicester, considering Australian goalkeeper Matt Ryan between the sticks for Brighton and Hove Albion. Okay guys, so here are the lineups for today's game. We'll start with Portsmouth, rocking the backup brigade squad again today. We have Miles Flower in goal, a back four of Talbot, Clark, Watmouth and Hunstrap. Centre defensive midfielders in Rose and Linganzi, Chumacero on the right, Naismith on the left in the midfield, Lowe playing as the centre attacking midfielder, and up front we have Hunt. Moving across to the Northampton lineup, it's a standard 4-4-2 for the Northampton boys. Smith in goals, a back four of Erdley, Nyatanga, Zakunya and Buchanan, a midfield four of Anderson, McCourt, Taylor and Hoskins, and a front two of Anderson and Revol. And Portsmouth are going to get us underway. Naismith, has he got the legs on the player? He sure does. He's going to cut this one back. He's going to hit it to Linganzi. Linganzi running too far. Rose gets a touch on it. Takes a shot from long range, but it's well wide of the post. McCourt running through the midfield. He's got the legs on Talbot for a beautiful through ball to Hoskins. Hoskins cuts it back to McCourt. McCourt inside the box running around, and it takes a deflection off Watmouth. That looked very dangerous, that deflection. A little bit more, and that was going inside our own net. And Milles Flower would not have gotten to that one. So Northampton Town here with a corner very early on in the game. He drops it in top. Chumacero with the header. Comes back out to Anderson. Anderson's going to run it into the box. What's he going to do? He's uncontested. Oh, gets a shot off. Chumacero manages to get the ball out. And we're into injury time and still nothing. Both teams battling it out in the midfield. No team looking any more promising than the other. Rose. And that's going to do us for half-time, guys. And well, what a story there is here in the Checkatrade Trophy against Northampton Town. Everybody battling it out in the midfield. There's a few woeful passes going on from both sides. But it's going to end up at the half-time break. Portsmouth 0, Northampton 0. And as things currently sit here, as we look at the match facts, both teams fairly balanced. A pass accuracy up there in the 90s, shot accuracies in the very low 30s, but the big stat here is the possession stat. We've had 61% of the possession, winning it in midfield, holding it outside the box, waiting for the on-running man, but we just can't fashion any chances. All the possession, yet no goals. And as we kick off for the second half, Northampton Town are going to get us underway. Anderson running down the line here. Still early on, 47 minutes in. Oh, they boss their way into the box very easily. Gets the shot off. But Milles Flower manages to parry it out. And Revel, as you can see, gets a clean strike on the ball. Tries to drive it low and left of Milles Flower. But Flower gets down early enough and touches it round the side. And it's going to be a corner. Corner here for Northampton Town. Let's see if they can fashion anything out from it. Or are we going to get it out? Watmouth easily deals with that. Corner here for Portsmouth. 53 minutes in. They're going to drive it in early. Gets off. Hoskins manages to get a head out. It's going to be another corner for Portsmouth here. Chumacero to pop it in. Chumacero goes early, but Buchanan again knocks it out. Chumacero is going to bang it in again. Comes in early. Linganzi misses the head on it. Playing it across the box. Very dangerous by Northampton Town. We are in injury time. 90 minutes, 3 minutes to play. Clark keeps the ball in. Very badly, I must say. I've got players running array. Flicks it into Anderson. Comes across to O'Toole. Players running everywhere to Anderson. And he goes in. Flower comes in, catches it. Bombs it back out. Can we get a late touch here? No, we can't. And that's going to do us, ladies and gents. And as you can see here by the statistics, a very balanced game by both the sides. 5 shots for us, 7 for Northampton, 3 on target for Northampton, 2 on target for Portsmouth. And look at that, the possession even balanced itself out. 52% for us and 48% for them. Gear up, guys. It's going to penalties. Looking at both teams here, I'm not liking our statistics in penalty taking. Not at all. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw my high 60 finishes at the top, cross my fingers, and hope for the best. I think that's the best we can do right now. Let's get into it. Okay, so here we go. Penalties for the Checkatrade Trophy. It's Portsmouth versus Northampton Town. And Naismith's going to take our first penalty. We're going to go low and left. And we've beaten the keeper there. A very easy, weak shot. And here we go again. Milles Flower. First penalty. Try and put the player off. It's Taylor. We're going to go left. He's put it right, but he's put it wide. Oh! And here we go. This is where the controversy happens. Lowe steps up for his penalty. He's going to go bottom right. And he's beaten the keeper. The keeper's gone bottom left. And we are 2-0. Here we are. Revel stepping up for his penalty. We're going to go to the left again. He goes down the middle. And Northampton score their first penalty, but we're still one more up. Chumacero's standing over the penalty spot right now. He's going to go top right. He's going to see what he can do. Keeper goes bottom left, and we're completely belting it. Miles Fla, can he pull off the miraculous? Can he save it? O'Toole, we're going to go left again. He goes bottom right. It's a weak shot. Okay, Hunt standing up on the ball here. We're going to go top left. He's going to bang it. What's he going to do? Perfect penalty into the side netting. My controller is now shaking. If we save this, if Miles Fla can pull off the miraculous. It's Anderson standing over it. He's going to go left. He's chipped it over the bar. And that's it, guys. We are victorious. Portsmouth have beaten Northampton Town in a penalty shootout to advance to the next round of the Checker Trade Trophy. The boys are celebrating. We're jubilated. And the Backup Brigade have sealed the win. Well, not sealed the win. Anderson fucked it for them. For Northampton Town. And why did he do the chip shot? He completely belted it over the bar. And the boys are jubilation. And we advance to the next round of the Checker Trade Trophy. And it's going to finish Portsmouth 0, Northampton 0. But Portsmouth winning 4-2 on penalties. And as we look at the match stats here for the end of the second game, as you can see, Northampton came out in the second half and absolutely started to demolish us. As you can tell by the shot counter, more than us, more shots on target. They crawled back in the possession stakes, but look at that. That's where the battle was won and lost. 11 tackles we made to their 8. Clearly they were the much better side at the end of the day, but the luck of the draw fell to us on penalties. As for our player ratings here, you can see that our player ratings were generally fairly low, and I'm not going to give a man of the match in this game. Some player ratings that do stand out is Watmouth on 7.6. He had a fairly decent game, although he was very quiet. Miles Fla, with so many saves in this game as well, more deserving of more than a 7.2. So guys, that wraps up today's episode. On our next episode of the Portsmouth Road to Glory career mode, we will have 2 games. The first being away to Harry Kewell's Crawley Town in the league, and the second game against Crewe Alexander at home in the league as well. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Leave your comments and feedback below, and smack that subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the little notification bell to be notified every time I upload a video. And I'll be back with the next episode of the Portsmouth Road to Glory career mode soon. Bye.